This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. But this is bullshit.
I'm actually really interested and excited for the next part of the Dragon Ball Super manga because that means we're closer to the end. The Granola arc to me has been one disappointment after another. Plot points, story arcs, story concepts, character motivations, character personalities, all warped in the sense of telling this story about the only Dragon Ball character who decided to use the Dragon Balls to make himself stronger.
Terrible.
And month after month, we have the non-stop fight between Granola and whoever else decides to cross his path on his home planet. Literally, this arc is as long, it feels as long as the Majin Buu arc in Dragon Ball Multiverse.
I was kind of interested for about a minute. And then I lost it.
This month is just continuing the fight between Granola and Gas with one simple silver lining, and that is we get to see a little bit more about the Bardock fight with Gas some odd years ago. But this chapter actually reveals something that is, in my opinion, a major issue with the Granola arc in contrast to the Moro arc, and that is the transformation issue. In the Granola arc, we have a brand new transformation for Gas that just dropped in the spoilers today, and this transformation seemingly comes out of nowhere. Now, of course, throughout the last couple of manga chapters and even the very beginning for the Granola arc, Alec is telling us how much powerful and how much stronger Gas is compared to the rest of them, and how he is the ace in the hole, how he will decide the victory for all of them, and Alec basically pursues as much by making Gas the one to make the same wish as Granola. Now, at the time, this all made sense because Gas actually was shown to fight Granola when Granola was weaker, and Gas seemed to be the only one with actual real fighting ability. He is the one that's in charge of tracking down Bardock. He is the one that has been shown time and again being a master of not only weapons but martial arts. So that's exactly what I thought we were talking about when Alec made Gas the one to make the wish. But in these spoilers, we have now Gas transforming into a brand new transformation that was being held up by the tiara he had on his head, and the transformation basically is what the tiara is. It's just Tuss on his head. It's Tuss on his head. Now, before I go further, I do want to preface this by saying that this could be an intermittent transformation where he actually transforms into something more, but because Ego never did transform into something more, and this transformation literally looks like a low-budget Demigruff from Xenoverse 2. I'm thinking this is the ultimate transformation for Gas. He even controls it by the end of the spoilers. And that's the issue with Ego and Gas's transformation. To be honest, they are not only aesthetically not pleasing, but they just don't really make sense. There's no precursor or anything that we've seen leading up to it that would be like, oh yeah, that transformation looks like the point of origin, the reason they got the transformation. First of all, we don't really know up to this point anything about Gas's transformation, so I will leave that on the back burner, but it is curious to see that Gas has the transformation and nobody else in that family does. His is more of an aesthetic thing. It looks exactly like the tiara. It looks exactly like the headband. It's a minimalistic eyebrow transformation.
You are crazy ugly!
Ego had the same problem. Ego is just furrowed eyebrows like Super Saiyan 3. We now know that it is purple ki that he has and purple hair, but for the most part, the transformation is minimal. Besides the fact that Beerus is the one that taught him it, we really don't get much more on the transformation sequence, and that's the problem. We have no lead up to the transformation. We have no training for the transformation. We have no history for the transformations. Contrast this with Moro. Moro was a character that was able to absorb and become younger and younger and younger. I would say that each goat transformation that he has looks goat.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It's when he absorbed 73 that a lot of the fandom had an issue with him looking a lot like Cell. But personally for me, I had no issue with this because he looks similar to 73, who 73 looks more like Hit than he does like Cell. So I would say that it makes sense leading into this new transformation where he actually takes on the characteristics of whatever came before. It goes as well with him absorbing Beerus's power. He gets silver hair, silver eyes. It just makes sense. sense. And the issue with Ultra Ego specifically is that we don't have any precursor to it. We don't know where it came from. We don't know what the transformation process is or the training process is. We don't know anything. And with Gas's new transformation, right now we don't know anything because of spoilers, and the spoilers are just focusing on the transformation, but it is quite possible they won't tell us anything about this one either throughout the chapter. Now, I find it hard to believe that we won't learn anything, but it happened with Ultra Ego. We don't know how that came about, so I think the odds are that we won't know how this one came about either. All in all, so far the Granola arc has had some interesting ideas, but has been extremely confusing to the point where it breaks the Dragon Ball world to a certain extent, and I'm just hoping for it to be done soon and us to jump into something new. Here's hoping Superhero is actually a blast.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.